Welcome to another Spreadsheeters video guide. You can find written instructions for these steps on the Spreadsheeters website. In this video, we will see how to make a box plot in Google Sheets. The box plot is an interesting chart. It summarizes the scope and range of a set of numerical data and is useful in comparing data sets. It is often used in EDA or exploratory data analysis to understand how the data is distributed. Google Sheets does not have a box plot type of chart, but we can adapt the candlestick chart to create a box plot. Candlestick charts are used to track stock prices, and they are built out of 4 values, that is the open, close, high and low prices of a stock. So we will adapt this to display the box plot, which displays the quartiles of a range of values. So the first thing we need to do is to derive the values needed for the box plot, in this case the minimum, maximum, the first quartile and the third quartile. So here I have the data set. This is a time series data for a list of dates, and this has given the air quality index across hourly intervals for each of the days. So now I want to build a box plot that contains boxes for each one of these dates. First, let me find the minimum value of the data. So in this case, I'll use the min function of Google, type min, and then select the data. And in this case, I will take the autofill, which is going to automatically populate the same formula down the rest of the rows. If the autofill is not enabled, you can go to Tools and under Autocomplete, ensure that the formula suggestions is ticked. Now I want to define the first quartile. I can do that using the quartile function of Google Sheets. Type quartile. Again, I'm going to select the data for the first day. And since the first quartile, I'm going to specify 1 and say enter. Again, I will take autofill. Now for the third quartile, I again can use the quartile function and the same range of data. And now I will select 3 since it is the third quartile. I'll type 3. Again, I will take autofill suggestion. Now for max, I use the max function and again copy these values and say enter and say yes to autofill. If you don't have autofill enabled, you can just create the formulas for the first row and then copy them down. Since we're using cell references, the values, the cell addresses will change accordingly. I can now create the chart since I have the values in place. So for that, I will go to Insert, Chart. So this, as you can see, a blank chart object has been inserted here. So I will go, and the chart editor has opened up on the left. Here I will scroll down to the candlestick chart and now define the values. So for the x-axis, I want to have the dates. So I will select the dates here and say OK. And now for each one of these, I will define the range. For low, I am going to use the minimum values. For open, I will actually have to use the third quartile. For close, I will add the first quartile. And for a high, I will add the maximum. And say OK. So now you can see that the box plot has been created based on these values. One drawback to this is, of course, the box plot usually is based on 5 values. It has the second quartile or the median as well. So this does not display the median, but this is an approximation of a box plot using the available in Google Sheets.